So silly me, I hit live before I had you guys set up in your little holder. Bear with me for just a moment. Ah! Alright. So I'm going to leave you guys there. Hopefully you won't fall. And I'm going to go over here and share you guys on my personal Facebook page. Do 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 do. I apologize if I sound a little congested. I got my husband's cold. Alright. So we're going to send that out. See what happens. Already I'm having the connectivity issues. Sorry, guys. Okay. Do that. Give it a couple of minutes. Hopefully my connection will stabilize a little bit. But in the meantime, alright. So you see a lot of pretty plates, not so much Big Ben. Big Ben's actually hidden under here. These are plates that I'm going to be breaking possibly after Big Ben / this afternoon. So these were donated. They have no personal connection to me except that they are super pretty and awesome looking. But I honestly think they would look better as a couple of really cool earrings and necklaces. I mean, look at the detail and the color for the background. I don't know. I think they would make some awesome pieces. So I'm very excited. Like, I kind of feel bad for wanting to break them so bad, but I really want to break them. So one of these is going to meet its demise later today. Look at the detail. Look at that. Isn't that cool? I mean, this is all raised. This is like gorgeous adornment. I don't know. I'm super excited about it. So, move these out of the way. Because it is not time for these. It is time to break this London plate. So, if you were here yesterday, I don't have a physical picture to show you what it looked like before, but we broke an Eiffel Tower plate that had all these really cool pieces of, like, rooftops and scenery and stuff, and, like, here's the base of the Eiffel Tower. So these are the pieces that I got from that. And then this is a slightly matching plate. It's the same artist, same plate company, and they made one of Big Ben. So it's a really cool, like, architect sketch look that I like. And I'm gonna see if I can get the clock face, at least one side, somewhat intact. It could be kind of cool if I could cut down the middle and have, like, one side for one person and one side for another. Wouldn't that be neat? Like a mother-daughter. Really, again, I'm, like, kind of into all of these windows. I like just this row of detailed windows. So, we're back. So, that's the sketching part I was talking about. I really like that. So anyway, time to smash it. So if you weren't here yesterday, what I'm doing is I have a sketchbook behind, like underneath the actual plate, and then I have scraps from my paintings, the raw paintings that I do. These are little leftover scraps after I make them into, not into paintings, after I frame them. So these are little extra scraps. So I have that kind of protecting, keeping all of the little pieces under here, kind of helping to, you know, make it a little easier on the ears. So, let me see. Congestion needs to go away so badly. So badly. Okay. So, and then we're going to use this little hammer to break this up. So, I don't... Okay, approximately, I think the face of Big, yeah, is like right here. And I really don't want to smash that directly. So we're going to kind of smash around it. So like here's the border. And the closer you are to the ridge of the plate, the underneath, hold on, let me show you on a different piece. So like here's the edge of the plate for this. And then you have this ridge that the plate sits on. It's thicker there, see? And it's harder to break, and you can actually damage the image on top, which is what happened yesterday at a couple places if you were here. So I'm going to try and avoid this groove where I feel that the plate is resting. I'm going to kind of do next to it. So here goes nothing. Ready? Okay. 1, 2, 3. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, that's a couple of big pieces. Wow, look at that. That was, actually, quick. Okay, so we have very large pieces, which is fine. This is the corner, and so because you have that ridge that the plate sits on, plus the corner, you have a lot of thick areas. So I will probably try and break a little bit more, but I probably won't waste my time and try and get in the groove and break it there because it's too thick. But same with this corner. That's a lot of windows, though. Okay, so let's move this out of the way. Let's take this one piece at a time instead of trying to keep the plate all together. Let's just jump right into, okay, we're going to try and get this piece. All right, let's see. If I do about here, that's where I was talking about, not on the groove, but just next to it. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. That. 1, 2, 3. Oh, there we go. That broke for sure. Oh, good. Look, look, look. Okay, so we got a really cool, interesting piece of this roof and window area. That was good. And then we got this bottom piece with all those windows. I like that. That's really cool. It makes it a very interesting pattern. I like that. So what I would probably do, since it's a corner, is try and break this a little bit further, like maybe do, I don't think each individual window, that'll be a little small, but maybe 2 together would be interesting. So that's cool. And then I got 3 little pieces, which is fine. These are just about the smallest that I would want to work with. And this is kind of plain but interesting, but then these got the pattern of the roof. Very interesting to me. Whoopsie. I like that a lot. Very cool. Okay, so I'm good with those. So let's move these over here. These are done for sure to me. Until I can get them to the grinder to get them a little bit smaller. And so this, again, right on the groove, but I think I'll try and break it up in here. We have clouds up here that look really cool, and then we have spires and windows down here. I like that. Okay, so probably aim for about there. Let's see. All right. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Ooh, might have gotten that on the first. Oh, I did. Wow. Look at that. All right, good. So right where I needed it. So there's all the clouds on this one. That's its own separate thing. And then I got more spires, windows on this one. And then I got like the smallest sliver. of a rooftop and a window, which I really, really like, actually. That's super interesting. It's like looking into a window. I like that. Okay, so... Okay. So let's try and break up some of these windows, because that's a whole lane that we have that's got just too much going on. That's too huge of a piece. So let's break that apart a little bit more. Again, we're on the groove, so I think I'll probably try and break about here. Let's see how that goes. I don't know. Might be too close to the thick part. Alright, let's see. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oop. Alright. Okay, again, they're still a little bit too big, but these are pretty good. Just nice little, the sharp edges. Nice little, like a lane. You can kind of see the sidewalk here and doorway, which is kind of cute. And this one has more bushes. So, that's kind of cute. But that's as small as I want to go. I'll see if I can grind them down a little bit, but that's going to be as far as I'm going to break. So, alright. Again with the groove. Again with the groove. There's more on this side, so I'm actually going to try and break on this side. So let's see. Alright. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, jeez. This one's coming apart a lot easier than the Paris one did, let me tell you. Yesterday I kept having to hit them repeatedly. That's pretty cool. I like that, actually. It's like an upside down triangle, maybe. You know, after it's smoothed out. So you have that contrast of like a, you know, rectangle window and a triangle. I like that. So, very cool. This is very, very abstract, very abnormal. You have like the side of a building, it's part of a roof, and like a part of a window over here. It's just kind of a very in-betweeny piece, but it's kind of cute. And then, again, since we're on the edge, this is probably all I'm going to do with this one for now, but that is kind of cool that you have this little, like, photograph almost of, like, all these windows, like the bottom part of a spire, you know, looks like a mansion. It's very interesting. And then this one you have the, like, shops at the bottom of the building, and then some of the windows. I don't know, I like that. Very, very interesting, the pieces that we're getting from this plate. So, this is, I really wasn't sure if I would like a cityscape as broken pieces, but I'm really liking them. Since this one is on a corner, this is going to be a little more difficult, but this one's been crumbling pretty well, so I'm gonna go ahead and try it. I'm not super confident that it's going to break easily, but let's see what we can get if I try around in the thick area here. Alright, ready? 1, 2, 3. Nope. Let's try it again. 1, 2, 3. Oh my goodness. Jeez! It does not want to. Does not want to. Oh, there we go. That one. That time it got it. Okay. Alright, well, actually, it ended up splitting in some pretty... Okay, so that's, like I said, the thickest part is going to be in the corners with the edging and with the corner itself. So, of course, that's the part that stayed intact, because that's the very, very corner. But that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. The edging actually follows the edge of this building, so it's kind of cool. So you have the roof and the windows. It would be a little bit heavy for a pendant, certainly too heavy for an earring, but after ground down and shaped, it actually might work very well as just a nice weighted pendant, not so heavy. These are all, I mean, very, very lightweight. They weigh almost nothing, but the corners with that little bit extra thickness, it makes such a difference. So this is a cool little, like, corner. Almost, I mean, it almost looks like a market or something, like a little shop here, and then you have the sidewalk with markets, and then living space. That's a cool little place. And then tons of windows, because that's the area that we were breaking, so we have all these, like, little windowed areas. This one has a little bit of a roof. It's kind of cool. It's like in a house shape almost itself. So that's interesting. All right. So now let's get back to the star of this plate, Big Ben, and see if we can cut around. I know I'm not going to be able to cut or break, I mean, perfectly around this, but if we can get enough of a buffer, and then I can grind down or use a glass cutter to get a little bit closer, that'll be good. So let's see all these little pieces. Oh, goodness. Okay, so about here is where the face is, so I definitely don't want to strike right on top of where the face is. So let's try, we have all this sky over here. Let's see if we can do about there. Okay. Oh, I'm so nervous. I don't want to break the face. I know it's over there, but it's just still... Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Woo! Ooh, right away. Right away, right away. Oh, I did. I got a part of it. Shoot. Shoot. All right, let's see. All right. So let's just dance around it. Okay, so nice piece of the clouds. Little bit of a piece of a roof at the bottom there. No big deal. I'll probably try and put that a little bit more, actually. This is like nothing useful. It has like 2 lines of a cloud. I'm not even going to bother cutting down that more. I'll probably end up using that for a totally different art project. Here's a piece of the cloud and like one part of the toppity top of Big Ben there. I'm probably not project piece. Here is the tippity top of Big Ben and the tippity top of a cloud. So that's the top spire. And just starting on the working around the face. That's what that is. Alright, so then here's the majority of the base of Big Ben. And all these rooftops, which is so cool to me. I wish it wasn't so huge. Look how big this piece is. It's like way too huge to be a broken china pendant of any kind. But that is just such a neat little snapshot of the skyline. I just think that's so cool. So I'll probably try and break this more, get a couple pieces down here. Alright, and then here's, it's not terrible, it's just not exactly what I wanted to happen. But here's Big Ben, the face, and then this is what broke off. So I have like the edging, the very edging of a part of the clock, and then I have the majority of the clock on this one, which is actually pretty cool. Just in my fantasy world, I was hoping maybe I could cut down the center, but that's probably a little too ambitious. But that's the piece that I got of the clock face and like the surrounding pretty architecture around it and a little bit there. But again, it's so close to the face, I'll probably just use a glass cutter to cut this in, grind this down, and kind of square it off a little bit better. Possibly make almost like a crystal shape. Like I'll probably flatten this out, cut up here, and then make this like a funky triangle up there. Yeah, pretty cool overall. Still stinks though that we lost a little bit of that part of the face, but alright, so I'm gonna put this stuff to the side so we don't break it any further. You stay over there, do not break. And let's try and cut this a little bit more, these pieces that have like very interesting areas, but then like so much dead space around them. Let's cut out here. Nope. Oh, there, I got that one. Okay, so, yep, this one broke a little further. Okay, so again, here's a corner that is going to be way too tough to break, and it's really only the tops of clouds anyway, so probably another art project completely, but definitely not going to be a broken china piece. This is like the tiniest, it's nothing except for the tiniest sliver of an outline. Forget it. That's thrown away. Alright, so then this is the sliver of the clock face. And this is a little bit of the architecture for the top, which is pretty cool. So, but again, I'll probably just grind this down instead of trying to break it and possibly shattering this. So, there's that. And I'll leave that alone for now. And then this is the top of the Spire. Same thing, I'll probably just use the glass cutter to actually cut around that. I'm afraid of shattering what I have left of the Spire. This is mostly just cloud. And then this has all this skyline, which I'm very interested to see how this breaks. So let's try that. Alright. So I'm just going to do in the center. I'm not going to show any favoritism to anything. It's about the center. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Alright. Oh, good. Wow, look at that. 3 separate pieces for 3 separate areas of this piece. So I have the clouds are completely alone, and in actually a very cool diamond shape. There's that. I have Big Ben's base over here, and then I have the roofs. So that worked even better than I was thinking that it would. That's pretty good. Same thing, I'll just use the glass cutter to cut off that blank space up here. So I'll play around with making this probably into a pendant. And then this has all those cool striations, so this would probably, I'd like to make these probably into earrings. So you have the same pattern on both, and then you have this cool little cloud. So, alright, so that's probably all that I'm going to break out of that. I ended up getting pretty small with some of these, which is pretty cool. So, awesome. Let's see. I'm really happy with how so many of these came out. So cool with all these windows. And then I can always grind them down to be a little more symmetrical or easily shaping the pendants or the earring pieces. So, you know, I'm not always like super into the matchy-matchy like I was with the idea of the earrings both being the striations from Big Ben's base, but I do like sometimes to conform to the, you know, people like matchy-matchy earrings. I'm not always like, they have to be matchy-matchy, but I think somebody would like having matchy-matchy earrings like that. Ouch. Sharp edges, jeez Louise. Alright, so... Alright. Ouch. Okay. So we have... Yeah, that was a empty piece. I shouldn't have brought that one over. That's pretty much an empty piece. So we have all these clouds, which is kind of cool. Just very cool. It's hard to tell sometimes that they're clouds, but it's like, you know, sometimes you just like a little minimalist pattern, and that would be this for sure. You know, you could do the upcycling thing, but it'd also be minimalist and not so much in your face. Oh, and then we have this one. Whoops, with the clouds. So we got like 5 pieces of cloud. That's pretty good. I'm very excited with how this turned out, actually. The more I look at it, the more happy I am with it. Like, that's pretty cool. To me. So, alright, so what I'm going to do, so I don't get backed up with what am I doing, I'm going to go ahead, end the stream now, take photos of the pieces that we got, and upload them. And then I think I am going to break a different plate now really quick and do that, because I'm having a ton of fun, and for whatever reason breaking the plates is going really well today. Yesterday it was a little difficult to get the Paris plate to break, but this one's working fantastic. So, you know, see if we can keep it going, because I am super excited about how some of these are going to break, these very pretty ones. So I will be back shortly and upload these, and then we can have more fun breaking things. So I will be back soon. I will see you shortly.